Hey everybody, how you doing? Hey man, Mr. Rohan coming at you with another video. Today we will be doing part 2, good church versus bad church. Let's clash. Alright, I'm going to get into it. Today I'll be going over my experiences with good churches. You know, a lot of people like to talk about the negative. I like to focus on the positive. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to focus on the positive. So I had a journey from the time I was like 13 with churches. So let me see. First church was a Baptist church. You know, a young teenage boy doing teenage boy things, and mom made sure I went to church every Sunday. So that was a good thing. And, you know, I was doing what I wanted to do, and then feeling a little guilty about it when I got to church. And at that time, you know, I tried to read the Bible, but it was the King James Version, and I was like, this ain't English. So, didn't do good in that. But I started paying more and more attention to the preaching, and like, we started doing more church events. I got encompassed, and I liked it. I was enjoying myself. I even did the church basketball team. That was fun. I was doing activities, getting myself involved. Ended up getting baptized, and they gave me a baptized certificate. It's nice. All that was good. So that was my teenage experience, and that's like was some of my foundation was the Baptist church. You know, enjoyed the music. You know, people knew us because it was going on regular, so people knew us. It was nice. You know, I couldn't say anything bad about that church, other than it wasn't even that long, to be honest. It was a decent time for black church. But that's a whole nother video, black church time. That's a whole nother video. We're gonna skip over that. All right, and then next we got the church. Let's see. We got my journey into Catholic church. So it's a story behind this. Buddy of mine, he was like, hey, I got this retreat I'm going to. You want to come? I said, what? Retreat? Why? He said, they got food. I was like, bet. That was when I was bigger. I loved food. You can give me, hey, you had food? I'm in, as long as it was good food. And they fed us well, and it was renewing of Catholic faith weekend, and I wasn't Catholic, so I had to sit out on a few things because I didn't want to be disrespectful. And they accepted me. They was very attentive. Like anything I wanted and needed, they got for me. And then like they tried to wash my foot, and I was like, "You ain't washing my foot. No." Then it was a big thing. Then they finally convinced me, and I was like, It was a lot, and I've watched some feet since then. You know, watching feet is a good thing. if you can do it. It's a little difficult nowadays because, you know, not people have foot buckets. Not many people have foot buckets, and like people scared of feet. But you know, in a heavily Christian and T kind of way, I'm not scared to wash no feet. You know, show as a love, blessings. I wash your feet. If we have all the necessary equipment and I can get down or have a stool, we got it. Like I'm old now, my knees messed up. I need a stool. I can't bend down and do it. So, but I'll still wash your feet. Towel in my lap. Wash your feet. Put some oils on it. You blessed. So yeah, I learned. Had that done to me at the Catholic church during the weekend. So then that weekend turned into a 6-month commitment of every week going, because the retreat we had, we would give a retreat, and like it was an amazing experience because it was like we had something that was nothing, we turned it into something big. So it was amazing, and like over that time we got close, we shared experiences, and it was a great thing. And like the people I met besides my friend, I call some of them my brothers now today. So that was a Catholic church, and like I've been to Catholic church services that they're cool. I mean, they talk very well, and like it's very impressive to see all like the different memorabilia, Christian memorabilia they have, like the construction of the Catholic Church is nice. So and it's short. Ooh, it's short. We be in there like an hour. You could do it. You need to get your church service, and you trying to do stuff. Go to Catholic Church. You in and out, buddy. You in and out. Hey, and don't drink. Don't take the blessing if you're in Catholic. You cross your arms. Cross your arms. So that's my experience with Catholic Church. So I moved, and then I ended up finding a church home. It was a smaller church, like what you call it, shopping mall church. And I just joined, and I was family. I weeped. I ain't even gonna lie, I weeped. I ain't even cry, I weeped. You know, I had to give myself to God, and ended up getting baptized a second time. Some people have rules against that, but I needed it because the first time I was only like 14, and like I didn't take it as serious, so like I needed to rejuvenate myself and renew it. So I got baptized again. And even then, it still took some time to get right, but I got baptized. But yeah, and then, you know, at that time, I was attending Bible study. Bible study was fun, like getting to learn the word. And like, once you learn the word, you kind of notice it's about the same 20 stories preachers go over, 20 characters, 20 stories. But hey, the great thing about the word of God is there's always something new you can learn in it. So like at that church, they baptized me alone. On Easter Sunday, I was the only person that got baptized. And they constructed the pool just for me, filled it up just for me. I didn't even have to help them let it out and pull it apart. Like it was just a blessing. They loved me, I loved them. And that's my church home for life. No matter where I go in this world, that will always be my church home. Those people were very good to me. And then by me going to that church, I stayed more in my faith, and I would watch TBN, the different pastors, and I would enjoy them. And then I ended up watching John Gray. I started watching John Gray, and that was good to me. I was like, he was funny. I enjoyed it. So it was a event called Go Men's Meeting at the Lakewood Church, and I had never been. So I was like, bet I'm gonna go. So I went, and funny thing is, everybody there was so nice. Even the visitors, like I met a pastor from a different city. He traveled there just for the event. And like me and him, we stayed with each other the whole entire night, along with the guy he was with. And we just off the high, because I was by myself, and he was like, I guess they didn't want me to be alone, so like we vibed immediately. So we start the conference. People was talking. Saw Joel Olsteen in person. Joel Olsteen is small. He looked big on TV. He's small. That small man has touched many millions of lives and done great things. And it was funny because as I was watching him, I saw him in person, but he was also on the monitor. So it felt odd to see him in person, so I just kept looking at the monitor. So that was my first visit to Lakewood. And then I found out they got the Wednesday night services. So I used to go to my Bible study on Tuesday, go to Lakewood's Wednesday night services, and then I would attend my church on Sunday. So I was churched up, going hard. So yeah, when I went to Lakewood, it's an experience. It's not even a church, it's an experience. Because like you walk in, they got the escalators to go up. So like when you first walk through the doors, the main doors, you don't even see much. You just see you got to go up. So you go up the escalators, and all you see is open space. And everything is surrounded by the inner. So you got the inner, and then everything around is just open. They got placards telling you about church history and everything. And then they got separate areas for separate meetings. You know, and then like you go in there, it's huge. But what I don't, I couldn't see the globe at first, the golden globe behind Joel Olsteen. You know, when they preach, I couldn't see it at first because I sat on the side. But later on, a few Wednesdays later, I sat on the main floor. And like, you gotta get there early to sit on the main floor. And like, just a great experience. I enjoyed it. Lakewood is a great church. If you can make it there, plan to go. It's just an experience because it's like, it's not just because of Joel Olsteen or the other preachers there. It's just that place has power, and it's just so great when you walk in. And like, they got the store, you can buy things like the blessed oil. You could buy CDs, DVDs, and they're nice enough. They do all the main pastors. So they got TD Jakes in there. They got Joyce Meyer's books and CDs in there. So like, it's nice that they think about others, not just themselves. So it's good. I like it. So yeah, those are my good churches. And like, if somebody asks me what my favorite church is, I don't have a favorite because so many people have treated me well. Like, I'm just down for everybody. And I did leave one church out down there. I remember. I'm gonna go for real quick. It's the church I told you about in the last video where I did the Bible study and I couldn't talk. Those people were great as well. Those people actually was in a church transition. They had one church, sold it, had a temporary church, and was building their perfect church. So I was there while they was building a perfect church. And I finally visited the perfect church. It was great. They all nice. That was the pastor that I went to his house for the Super Bowl party, and they actually taught me my favorite Bible format, which is ESV. That's the one I go by. Is ESV. I started with NIV because I didn't understand King James, but now I can read King James. I can read NIV, ESV, New International, all of them. So it's all good. So yeah, those are my good churches. Find you a good church. Like Joe says, find you a good Bible-based church, and comfort yourself, When stuff in you says, oh, I want to do that, take a leap of faith and try it. Just try it. Worst thing you could do is stop doing it. Just stop doing it. You at least try it. At least say you tried. So that's my video for today, and I'm out.